Okay, good morning. New day here, but we've still got a we've still got a bit of a similarity correlation between the Dixie and the US dollar. But the thing I just wanted to look at was actually the opposite way. Was even back in March, we had a bit of the Dixie. So this started about 1st of March. We had the Dixie kind of leading Bitcoin. We had the Dixie, so even 1st of March, it's going up as well. It tops out 30th about 1st, 30th, yeah. At the 30th of March, this was still kind of going, this move. Had a tiny bit left in the tank. It was about, 15th, 14th, 15th of April, 15 days later, that the US dollar topped out. And I've always thought that this should be kind of the case because the volume for Bitcoin is in US dollars. Majority of it. Majority of Bitcoin volume is traded against the US dollar, more than just traded against Ethereum or traded against the yen or yuan or anything else combined. The US dollar volume is greater. So if the US dollar loses value, in my opinion, that should undermine the value of the asset pegged, pegged and pairing against, not pegged to, but it should undermine the value of Bitcoin if the value of the major trading pair has also decreased. So this topping out before and then a few days later, Bitcoin topping out, that's always made sense to me. But of course, as we know and we've talked about, that the scary thing is, well, not so scary, but that these two things are inverted. They're similar. If you invert Bitcoin, it looks pretty close to Dixie here. And that is good for the Dixie, or maybe not, I don't know. The US dollar leaving a bear trend is exciting, but it's not good for Bitcoin. This doesn't look good. This is now both could fail. It's kind of in a way going into resistance, but it is going into resistance, and the US dollar has consistently been in the bear trend. So when it goes into this resistance, it does look exciting. Like, does the US dollar finally get out of the bear trend, or does it just reject as it usually does and it gets cheaper? And will Bitcoin actually test this and go up? So is the inverse going to play out? But it's kind of, they're two opposite points in a way, and I think they have to, the relationship between these two assets, the US dollar and Bitcoin, I don't think it will be the same the whole time. I imagine it will be a bit of a relationship that changes, and I think we just need to keep note of any potential change in that relationship, and we can even see signs of it being a bit of a influence for maybe dropping Bitcoin at around 15th of March, because 15 days earlier it was the US dollar losing value, and that's Bitcoin's major trading pair. So it's fair to say maybe Bitcoin at this stage, at this time, doesn't influence the US dollar that much. But how much does the US dollar influence Bitcoin? And I think we all know it makes sense that it's quite a bit.